Trump's tariffs have triggered the start of a recession, and here's why. With the stock market plummeting for days in a row and only rebounding for a brief moment due to rumors of a tariff pause that was shot down by the White House's Twitter account saying fake news, I think this is important to explain why it is triggering a recession and why it is going to be very hard to get out of it. Our economy of outsourced labor comes from a history of Cold War politics after World War II. Neocolonialism, in part enforced through the IMF and the World Bank, have permanently kept third world countries in poverty and indebted to the United States. So we can use them for cheap labor and resources as we require them to implement austerity measures for loans. We have a long history of enacting coups in third world countries like Guatemala, Chile, and Iran that seek to enact land reform initiatives to take their own farmland and oil fields out of the hands of American corporations and put them into the hands of their own citizens. And domestically, Ronald Reagan hit the scenes in the 80s and went to town unraveling our labor unions, starting a trend of stagnant wages that don't match inflation, which is a marked shift from the development of the United States post-New Deal that followed a more Keynesian economic model that was slowly chipped away. Bill Clinton passing NAFTA resulted in the most significant shift of domestic American manufacturing and labor outsourced overseas. Not only is union participation domestically gutted, the rest of domestic manufacturing was outsourced to even cheaper labor abroad, in the very countries that we have kept destabilized and exploited. We force these economies to make sure that their currencies and their oil are backed by the US dollar, keeping them much relatively smaller as a result, so that we will always have cheaper labor relative to our domestic workforce. So when Trump says that other countries have been taking advantage of us, he's just lying. We have been taking advantage of third world countries so that our own billionaires and corporations can have higher profit margins. The problem was caused by the 1% slowly changing our laws and trade protections in order to make short-term gains. There is nobody to blame for this market crash in our outsourced economy other than the rich.